Hello, snails here. Welcome back to another video. I have been working on this all day. I had started the illustration, I don't even remember, I think it was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is currently 12:39 a.m. right now. And I just finished, cutting up the video. I haven't really fully edited out the video, so I'm just doing the voiceover and then I'll do the edits after, I guess. But welcome back to another rendering tutorial, also a draw with me. I just combined the two. I had asked my followers on Instagram what they would like to see from me next, and I saw that the most popular polls that were up were, what was it? Yeah, the rendering tutorial and the draw with me. I don't know, I just blanked. But that is what we're doing today. I decided to just combine them because I thought it would be a lot more easier and it would be more immersive this way because it's a draw with me. So hopefully you guys are drawing as well. That's what I expect from you guys when you guys are watching my videos and when people do join any of my lives that I do on TikTok. You guys need to be drawing, need to be on that Zoom. Lock in, everyone, please. Anyways, so I am making a chibi of my sister. Honestly, I have been meaning to draw my sister as a chibi since her last birthday, her 20th birthday, and her 21st just passed. It was in January. So, I don't know, I just kind of felt like I wanted to draw my sister, so here she is. As you can see here, I'm just starting with a chibi base. And if you haven't watched my chibi tutorial, it is up on my channel right now. It's the first video of this year, and the first video on my channel now, since I had deleted every video that I've ever made. But it's okay. It's always okay to start over, I guess. It's very hard for me to just say that without thinking about it. But yeah, no, if you haven't watched my chibi tutorial, watch it. Because, I'll still explain my process on chibis here as well. I was honestly going to do an actual illustration with my regular style. It was going to be Mars, but I decided against it because I already had started on her on my own time. I think I did have some recordings of it, but I don't know if it's from the beginning or not. I'm sure I can still make a video out of that, but that'll probably be later on. I'll just use that as another option that I had put up on my poll on Instagram, because I had 3 options. It was the draw with me, the speed paint, which I'd probably be doing with Mars, and then it was the rendering tutorial. So that may be next, or I may just get sidetracked and find a whole different idea. We'll see though. You can see that I did have an older chibi version of my sister up in that left corner right there. Yeah, that was literally from I can't say last year, I'll say 2024. Wait, 2025 January. It was around that time because that was my sister's birthday, so I guess I could just say last year. It's just so like confusing when it comes to the start of the year, because it's like, was that last year or was that the year before? You know what I mean? Like I get so confused with all of that. But yeah, I had started that, but I never finished it, and I always look at it. I would literally always look at it, and I'm like, I should probably finish that and give it to my sister. But I just never got around to it, and I finally decided to do it now in my newer chibi style. And it's so crazy to look back on that, because it's like my style has changed drastically. Like, I wasn't expecting that, honestly, but I'm actually very proud of this new chibi style. It's a lot cuter, and I like how big I make the heads. I love huge heads. I like when it comes to my anatomy, I like to make things unnatural looking. Like, I'll give my characters longer limbs, bigger hands, feet, ears, and bigger heads. So it's like, I just like stylizing anything I draw. I love it so much. Like, you're just not following the norms, you're just going about it the way you want. And if people have a problem with it, that's on them. They're just not creative enough and they just wouldn't understand. Anyways, let's get into the tutorial. The way I go about rendering, I don't know if it even showed. I'm like super behind now, but I'll just continue to explain anyway. So what I do is I will have the sketch layer, and that sketch layer is like a multi-layer. So it's just like I use it as my line art and I just go over it. But I'll have my sketch layer and then I'll put a separate layer underneath the sketch layer, and I will set that as my coloring layer. So then that's where I start to, set my base skin color, and then I'll start adding the blush. I'll start adding the eye whites, like that's just how I go about it. I know a lot of other artists do go about it this way, and if you see it, that's exactly what I do. And then I will blend out things with my smudge tool, and that will be water bleed, and that should be in the classic library. I just use default brushes. I don't use any specialized brushes. Most of them are default. There's just this one brush that I followed a tutorial on, and I made it, but it was definitely made by somebody else that I followed. So that should be the only specialized brush that I really use in my art. But I'll start to blend things out with the water bleed brush. And once I get to a point to where it looks okay or decent enough to start merging the layers, then that's when I decide to merge the layers together. After that, I start to blend it out some more, and that's when I really get into the rendering and I start cleaning things up a little bit more. I usually try and clean things up during the sketching, so then it like isn't as time consuming. Considering it is my everything layer technically. Like, the sketch layer is the base for everything. Like, I don't do line art. I can't. The sketch layer, I guess, like, I'll go over my sketch layer like maybe 3 times, and then I guess it would be considered line art, but it really isn't considered line art to me. But yeah, that's how I go about that, and you'll see that I am just continuously like trying to clean things up. I go over certain spots. I'll use the lasso tool and I will fill in areas, and that makes it a lot easier, honestly. I love the lasso tool. Like, I wasn't using that as much when I started, and during the middle of my process I wasn't using it as much, and then I think it definitely was like recently when I really started using it. I think it might have been like last year or 2024. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. It's definitely a game changer, and I recommend that most people use it. It's actually pretty easy to use, honestly. You literally, like, if you want to fill in an area, you grab the lasso tool, you outline whatever it is, and that little gray button you see there, you will press that and it will color fill instead of having to, manually outline and then color fill yourself. You just have to make sure the settings at the bottom, that little bar that pops up, there's the color, there's like multiple options, but you will find the color fill option and press that and make sure that that is on. And when you press that gray button, it should fill in the area. Not gonna hold you, my process is very like self-explanatory. I mean, that's why I'm explaining it. But you're just blending. Like, I can't really explain much. It's just I'll set down a color and I blend it out. I just use the hell out of the smudge tool. Like don't I I'll color pick and I'll, go over it just very rarely though. Like I like to just use the smudge tool. It's just very easy. Like I like to make my process very quick and easy. I will spend all freaking day on drawings and I want to make my process a lot shorter. Like if I had the ability to be quicker with my art process, I'd be a god. Like, come on now. I'd be unstoppable. I'd be drawing all day, making 10 pieces a day, probably even more. I think I average, if it's chibis at least, I average about like, I'll say like 3 chibis a day. If it's a regular piece, it's definitely just one, because I will work on a regular piece for days, and sometimes it can lead up to weeks or months. I get kind of like sidetracked. I have ADHD bad. I'm sure most people do. The majority of the population definitely does. But I like to switch up all the time. When I go live, it's so funny because I'll be working on a piece and I get bored. Because it's like, you do need breaks from pieces. You have to give your brain a break from the same thing, or else it'll just get bored, you know what I mean? And your brain likes to, you know, see, learn, and feel for new things. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yes, I just have ADHD, so I will literally like just switch up. I'll go on to a whole different illustration, work on that, and then I'll probably bounce right back to the initial illustration I was working on. Um, but yeah, I like to really just get into multiple illustrations at once. It is not rare that I will work on one piece for the entirety, because there are times where I become like hyper focused on something because I really want to see the end result very badly. Um, and I honestly really like when I get into those modes, because it's like that's when I really get shit done. And when I get into that phase where I have ADHD to the max, then it's like I'm not really getting much done as much as I think I am getting, something done. Like it's not, that's just not it. Because then if I'm just constantly doing that over and over again, then I'm only getting pieces of these illustrations done. I'm not getting the entire illustration done. So I try to limit that, but it gets hard. It gets hard for real. Anyways, we are on the shoes now. Shoes are almost one of my favorite things to draw. Um, Although, like, the way I will draw shoes connected together, or like when I pose a character and I'll draw the shoes, I love when they're big, but like the anatomy of it doesn't always make sense, but I never really care too much. I will think about it, but then I'll like, it's art. I don't care. Let's move on. Like it is what it is. Um, I really like to design shoes. Like I like to really look at references, and I like the way I go about designing shoes. I don't know. It's like I love attention to detail. I'm always super hyper focused on details. I'm not all the way hyper focused on them. Like I don't want to get into the mode where I'm like trying to perfect it. I do want to stylize it the way I'd like. There are times where I want to make it look exactly the way it is shown, and that slows down my process like almost 50-60%. Um, but I always like the way my shoes do turn out, or like when I draw clothes, it's like the same deal. I try to make it super similar, and I really try not to get into the mode to where I want it to look exactly the same. Um, Clothes and shoes, like all of that, it's my favorite thing. I love drawing jewelry. I like adding little trinkets. I like this. I love it. It's always so cute, and it really makes your art pop. And as you can see, I guess I didn't really record the process of the shoes, which I'm actually pretty sad about because that was really fun to do, and to not even have the process up is kind of like upsetting, but it's okay. In the next video or whatever, the next few videos, maybe I'll like actually show the shoe process or show clothing process, because I really love getting into it and I would like to show that a lot more. I partially believe it was because of the fact that I didn't want the video to be too long. I don't know, honestly. Well, yeah, actually, because editing videos is so time consuming. It's fun, but then it's also like, it's just a bit draining, not gonna lie, but I I enjoy it still. It takes a lot of time out of my day. I mean, it's 1:13 a.m. right now, and I'm still doing this voiceover, and I still gotta edit the video. But I love the end result. That's the thing. That's the goal. Is the end result. I love it. We are now working on the hair. I was gonna fully like render this, because these I every time I do anything that involves braids or anything like that, locks, braids, twist, they always just end up looking like locks. And that was the case here. I only like the white parts that will show up later in her hair. Those are braids, and then the rest look like locks. But her whole hairstyle is supposed to be braids, but I made them look like locks because I got lazy. See, as you can see here, I started to do the braids, and I was contemplating whether or not I should just do the whole rest of the hair, but I did not want to do that. I was so over it. I had to wake up heck early this morning, and I've just been tired all day. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I don't get no sleep, y'all. I don't know what it is. My mind just be up. I'm always thinking about something. When it comes to me posting videos, that's where it gets bad, because it's like I'm so like anxious to post. I don't know, like I don't know. The anticipation kills me. That's what it is. But yeah, we are approaching the end. I think I just get to the point where I'm just adding little details now. I'm adding all her jewelry. She doesn't even really wear earrings, but I decided to add earrings anyway because I just wanted this to pop like all the way. I wanted to make sure this looks great for her. And once I did finish it, I sent it to her immediately, and I'll just show the text. But yes, my sister did end up liking it, and I'm very glad. I just want to do so much. There's so many ideas that I really want to do. Um, I definitely want to do more chibis with outfits. I really like the Noe chibi that I did with the outfit that she was wearing. I thought that was very cute. So I think that's what really inspired me to draw my sister, because it was more of a challenge because of her outfit. I wanted to add more details, but I was like, oh, that's gonna look kind of cluttered a little bit. But I don't really mind that. Some people can really pull it off in their art styles and things. All right. My throat is starting to hurt bad, so I am going to finish talking here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and comment, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully, it is soon.